You are tuned into Breathe and Bounce.
Says it's time to rock and roll.
Today is a great day to begin again.
I used to be on lithium and Seroquel and Abilify.
I was on Xanax and Effexor, but I agree I wasn't as sharp, so I stopped.
You ever take Klonopin?
Sorry, boss, but there's only two men I trust. One of them's me, the other's not you.
Trust the process. Trust yourself. You're tuned in to Breathe and Bounce.
It's the greatest moment of your life, man, and you're off somewhere miserable.
You are tuned into Breathe and Bounce.
Gonna take Cracker Jack timing, Wang.
Hello, all my stoners out there. Hello to you. Thank you for tuning in to Breathe and Bounce. My name is Michael. I am the star of the show. I am the one that makes the drinks. I'm the one that loads the bongs. Okay. All right. We're not going there. That was an old character. Sorry. Anyway, thank you for joining us today. It's funny that I talk about that old character. So, today, the show we're talking about is the lies that we tell ourselves and the lies that we tell other people. That's what today's show is about. I guess the big question is, why do we feel this need to lie? Now, not everyone lies about everything, but we tell little white lies. Don't say that you don't, because you do. You have. Maybe you don't anymore. I remember I wanted to live this dream life when I was in junior high. I wanted to go to concerts. And there was one concert in particular I really wanted to go to. And it was Dio, Megadeth, and Sabotage. And I ended up watching the Dio part on Headbander's Ball because they had a special. So I said I went to the concert. I don't know, I wanted to look cool with my friends. I went to a concert. I had no t-shirts, I had no proof, but people bought it. And I think it's because that's kind of what I wanted, was to be that. And I think we all like to tell lies, and we like to exaggerate things, and we like to do things so people will see us in a more positive light. I think we also like to lie to ourselves about who we truly are as well. And I think it's easier for us to lie to ourselves about who we are at our essence because the fiction is always easier to digest than the truth. And the fiction is beautiful because the fiction is what makes people excited. It gets people emotionally invested. The truth, not so much. I mean, sometimes if the truth is salacious enough and gaudy enough, sure, people will buy into it. And sometimes we don't even know if that is the truth. We live in a society of lies, don't we? I mean, look at all the tabloids. You know, those are right there at the grocery store. You'll see the National Enquirer, and you'll see something that says, like, bringing Ronald Reagan back to life or some shit like that. And you're like, how the fuck are they going to do that? But I think the truth of the matter is fiction is easier to take than truth. I think it's easier to take than truth when you're dealing with your role models in sports and TV. I mean, especially when you're a kid. I mean, it's so much easier to believe that there's a fictitious red man in a suit jumping around from house to house, going down chimneys, giving people presents rather than knowing it's your parents. Oh my God, my parents did this shit for me. But it's still a loving gesture. But we do these little things. We tell these little stories because it makes everything more beautiful, makes everything more digestible. It comes with the territory of who we are. And we might be very self-involved, selfish. We might be very conceited and all these things, but we like to tell people that we're not. But I think inside of us, a lot of us can be. I think a lot of us can be judgmental. I think there's a lot of people that can, you know, think different things about certain people. And I think we eventually, when we become honest about these parts of us, that's when we have the opportunity to take action and possibly get away from those parts. And that's hard to do, once again, because, you know, bullshit is easier to swallow than the truth. And I know that sounds disgusting to eat bullshit, but I guess it tastes better. I think a bunch of like companies want to give you bullshit that some of the food you're eating is really healthier than when it's not. I think people want to give you bullshit that if you buy Gucci, if you buy Louis Vuitton, you're going to be better than other people. If you drive a Mercedes over a Mazda, apparently you have some kind of status. These are all bullshit. This is all lies. And I think we have these things because we believe that the things we own might elevate our status a little bit. And status is just such an important thing in the world, isn't it? It is so important to have like a hierarchy of classes, right? It's so good for us to have that. So I think one of the things that we do is we tell ourselves that we're being honest, but maybe we're never actually honest. Maybe we are almost honest, right? And maybe there's some feeling of comfort in that, not, totally lying, just saying, oh, it's a half truth, or it's a white lie, or it's some bullshit. But once again, the only way that we grow and we become more honest and more in tune with who we are is when we spill the beans on ourselves. And no one else has to be around, but you gotta stop bullshitting yourself, man. So that's basically what we do. We tell the white lie. We say whatever we need to say to make ourselves feel better. Because that's what it's about, is being comfortable. We talk about comfort on this show so much. It's so great to be comfortable, right? Wrong. It's not good to be comfortable. It might be okay to be comfortable sitting into a chair, but beyond that, living life in comfort sucks. Okay, I'm sorry. And maybe people disagree with that, and people think that I'm a crazy person, and that's okay, because I pretty much am. Being comfortable does not allow you to change. Being comfortable does not allow you to grow. So you have to sometimes just be honest. And you have to you don't even have to find the right words. It's just the intention behind those words, right? And I'm not talking about just to yourself. I mean, I'm talking about other people. Ozzie Guillen once said that if you do not lie to people, then you are planted like a tree and no one can push you. No one can do anything. And I find that to be true, and that's the reason why I really do try to be honest in my life. There are times I will tell white lies. There are times when I will say bullshit. And I feel bad about it, and I check myself on it, and then I say, okay. And then sometimes we may not want to say things to people because we don't want to hurt their feelings. We don't want them to feel sad. We don't want them to feel all this other shit, right? I mean, I never do this. And this is 100% truth. I will never tell my wife that I think she looks really good when in my mind I don't think she does. Because I'm gonna be honest, she always looks good. Okay? My wife's smoking hot. So, and she can roll out of bed and she could have her hair in like 5 million different places, and it's just something about her eyes, man. She's got these gorgeous eyes, and oh my God, she's just beautiful. But some people do that. I mean, I'm sure she does it to me. She'll say, "Oh yeah, you look good," and she's thinking to the side, "Wow, this guy looks like he's a fucking stoner today." But that's okay. But it's not nice. You should always try to put your best foot forward. You know, when you're with your friends, you don't want to let your friend walk around with like a little thing of mustard on their lip because you guys just went to fucking Portillo's and ate some cadavers and shit. You know what I'm saying? You might want to say, hey, you might want to wipe that off. You don't want to just go through life not telling them. Or telling them that there's something in their eyeball or something in their lip. People do that. They'll let their friends walk around with that shit, right? And sometimes the best way to deliver the message is to remember that it's never what is said. It's more important on how you say it. Because there are people out there that just want to tell you the truth, and they don't have any ounce of regret about it. They will just give it to you straight. It's like drinking a freaking shot of whiskey. You're going to take it, you're going to drink it, it's going to taste like shit, but you'll be happy that you drank it afterwards. That's not necessarily true. Bad example. But I think you know what I'm getting at. They will just tell you how it is, and they won't pull punches. And sometimes it will come off as insulting, but they don't think they're being insulting. They think they're being real with you. But sometimes that doesn't work. Not all people like that shit. Not all people like to get fucking punched in their face with truth. Some people need to take it a different way. And maybe you, when you talk to yourself, you're too honest with yourself. I know that I can be. I'll say, oh my God, you're a fucking moron. I try not to do that anymore, but I catch myself once in a while calling myself an asshole or calling myself a name or something that I shouldn't be calling myself. Because the problem is that the brain can't differentiate between fact and fiction. It really has a trauma response. And then you get to a point that you say so much bullshit to yourself that your complete sense of self-love and identity is lost because you don't speak kindly to yourself. And a lot of people laugh at that and say, oh, yeah, that's bullshit. No, it's not bullshit. You have to talk nicely to yourself. You have to treat yourself nice. Just like if you're going to give people truth, maybe you say it a different way. Maybe there's another way you can say it. You do it with kindness. You do it with love. You do it with keeping their feelings intact, saying, hey, I know this is going to bother you. Just start off with the, hey, I know this is going to bother you. but you need to know. It's all in communication. We have a big problem with communication. We have a problem talking to other people, especially loved ones, because this generation before, a lot of us said, oh, we're just straight shooters, man. We're just straight shooters. And they're really not straight shooters. They just are full of their own shit. Maybe some of them are. I don't know. And they can be. But a lot of it, what they talk about, is not really giving you truth. They're giving you judgment, and they're giving you experience of what they've been through, which is probably the same thing I'm doing right now. But I think that kindness wins all the time. I think being kind and speaking to someone respectfully and kindly and gently is the best way to go. Now, if I can be honest, I have a hard time with that. I can come off as the biggest asshole in the world. I get very reactive with people, so I don't come off gentle. I don't come off kindness. I come off kind of rough sometimes. Once again, trying to work on it. I'm not trying to work on it. I am working on it. You don't try to do fucking shit in this life. Just like try to hit yourself. And if you hit yourself, that isn't you trying. That's you hitting yourself, right? So how do you say it right to anyone? That's the big question. How do you tell them the uncomfortable truth about themselves? And moreover, how do you tell yourself the uncomfortable truth about yourself? How do you look in the mirror and say, this is a frickin' problem, and I gotta take care of this shit? How do you do it? You can start with yourself and then move on to others, maybe. Best practice partner you have in your life is the mirror and yourself.
Time for joking.
Sometimes it's about facing the difficulties head on, taking them on head on, and stop trying to sprinkle little crumbs of white lies to help you get it better, to make it feel better, right? Sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you do need that friend that's going to give it to you straight. We live in a world where we tend to just bullshit ourselves all the time. We bullshit other people. We bullshit everyone. I was saying that earlier, and I'm saying it again because it's true. Because I really want you to get down in your brain and really think about this. Let's think about this together, okay? Are we 100% honest all the time? No. Sometimes we don't tell people things because we don't want to hurt their feelings, like I said. Sometimes we don't tell people the truth, how we really feel about them, because we're afraid if they know that we really like them, they're going to react a different way. Sometimes we feel like we're going to compromise relationships, so that's why we keep our shit to ourselves. And then sometimes we're afraid we're going to lose people if we tell them the truth about anything. One thing I learned about my business is I was brought up to be a liar in the industry that I grew up in, mainly in the transportation business. And I really don't do that anymore. I used to come up with real fantastic stories about what happened to drivers while they're running late. I would make up shit that was so creative. And the truth of the matter was, we just fucked up. Now I will just tell the client we just fucked up. And yeah, I mean, if we keep messing up, they're going to eventually walk. But if you lie to them and they find out that the lie was, a lie, then they're not going to trust you. And when trust is gone, that really hurts a lot of things. Especially when you don't tell your friend something and then you go and talk to your other friends about that friend and it gets back to your friend that you knew the whole time and you didn't say shit. That happened to me once. One time I had a friend who thought it was a fun idea to go piss on someone's car. And the other guy was my friend too. And I never said anything to him that had happened. So my friend was very disappointed with me when he found out I knew and I didn't say anything. And the reason why I didn't say anything was because I was living with the guy that pissed in his car and I didn't want to lose where I was living at. Funny to be told, that same guy, 2 weeks later, let me move in with him. And this is when I was really young. I was 19 years old at the time when this happened. And, that's how life works sometimes. Sometimes you have people who are understanding. Sometimes you have people who are not. So you always got to remember who you're dealing with. You always got to remember that if you just are the same way with everybody, you always are going to have a good outcome, because then everyone knows what to expect. Sometimes it's good to let people sit on the edge of their seat and not know what to expect. But when it comes to just being honest and just telling the truth, you just got to let it out sometimes. You got to tell your friends when they're fucking up, but just be nice about it. And more importantly, be honest with yourself when you're fucking up, so you know how to change and you can get yourself out of the shit.
Who's gonna tell you when it's too late? Who's gonna tell you things aren't so great? You can't
You know, that's the thing. Maybe if you lie to your friends, they won't drive you home, too. There's that, too, you know. You got to get a ride home. It really is hard and uncomfortable to just tell the truth. But I think what I'd like to discuss right now is telling the truth to yourself. Basically, looking at yourself and saying, these are the things that I do. And I have to do that, and I've also had to really stop lying to myself about a lot of things. I think one of the biggest things was the show. And I've talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again. When I started the show was supposed to be a show basically on yoga, mind, and mindfulness meditation. We had people come on the show that talked about different modalities and sound healings and all this shit. And you know, that stuff is great. But I found myself being immersed into this world, becoming this yogi. And I don't really think that's who I am. But I was really diving into it because I thought it was making myself feel better. But I wasn't being honest. I wasn't being honest with who I was. I found myself maybe being someone I wasn't. Who I am is a very loud, obnoxious, opinionated, not so opinionated, but kind of, person who prides himself on winning a trivia contest any day of the week, who's very excitable, full of energy, likes to do things extremely. That's like my workouts. My workouts, I really go all out in my workouts. Someone that doesn't believe in this good vibes always shit, because it's bullshit. And there are a lot of yoga teachers that I do agree with that say that's bullshit, that's not what we're here for, and it's not. But yet, you see yoga studios that want to portray this, oh, we have good vibes. Don't ruin the vibe. Join the community. Join the community. It's nice to have a community, but you cannot rely on the community. The person you have to rely on is yourself. And they don't really teach you that in yoga. At least a lot of studios I've been to haven't. There's been a handful that I have. You have the power. You have the keys. Not your teacher. Not the sensei in the martial arts studio. Not the senpai. You. And I think that was another thing I was really having a problem with, was I was putting my eggs in everyone's baskets. In all these different teachers' baskets. Now, I have learned a lot of stuff from people in the yoga world and in the meditation world. I have. But I don't think that is me. I don't think I'm that person that likes to do the community shit. I tried it. I felt so out of place all the time. I felt weird. There'll be times I want it, but usually I'd have a friend with me or something, you know? I'm an extroverted person, but I'm also introverted at the same time, which is really weird and really hard to explain. I have my days where I just don't want to fucking talk to anyone. And then I have days when I want to talk to everybody. And I think when it came a lot to the whole yoga experience for me, I really thought that I did much better with the classes that were small. See, I don't really care if people look at me, but it's not important to me whether they do or not. I don't care about how well I execute a pose. And I mean, I'm a teacher and I shouldn't be saying that shit, but fuck it. You do the best you can. I am one of the most unflexible yoga teachers I've ever seen in my life. Yet I can talk someone into opening up a little bit more. And that's where the power of being a teacher is, not what I can do. And I haven't taught all summer long because I took some time off. No one was really coming to my classes. I thought there was something wrong with me. And I've had to take this summer to kind of take a look at where I'm at as far as yoga goes, because I've had a lot of problems with the yoga as well. I've had a lot of problems with instructors that I've met who I don't believe follow the code that we're taught. I find so many people in this industry making it about money. They want to charge so much money. I was trained that you want to charge the most amount of money because you want to make yourself worthy. Yeah, and that's great. I appreciate that. But I also say there are people who need things. You don't want to empty someone's fucking wallet to get them to teach them to build themselves up. You know? And I feel like that there's a lot of people in the yoga world that do that. They really try to get people to spend a lot of money. I think about opening up a yoga studio all the time. And I know a lot of people that own the yoga studios do charge an amount of money because they got to keep the yoga studio open. And I get that. I really wanted to personalize, if I did open up a yoga studio, people with mental disorders, people with bipolar and borderline and schizophrenia, PTSD, whatever. I wanted to have a mental health focus. I didn't want it to have a good vibes only, wear Lululemons or you're a fucking poor person vibe. I didn't want it to be the soccer mom / rich wife thing. And I understand soccer moms and rich wives might have freaking mental disorders too. I get it. But I just want to get far away from those stereotypes. And I want to get far away from the things that I've seen with my own two eyes. The bullshit. The lying. That you are part of a community and you're in a safe space. Do you know how much fucking gossip that I have participated in? And I think that was another thing I didn't like is I saw myself becoming this gossip person. That's not me. I'm not into that. But it's addicting. It's addicting. When you get into that space, it's addicting, especially when people are liking you. So, I really felt like I stopped talking to a whole bunch of people. And I think I needed to do that because I really needed to see who I truly am, who I really am. And by doing so, I changed the direction of Breathe and Bounce, where I was going with the show. Because now it's more about empowerment. It's more about figuring shit out. It's more about getting in the weeds. I sell t-shirts. I sell my t-shirts for $20 a piece. That's it. And I do that because I want to get awareness out there about what Breathe and Bounce does. Because I think Breathe and Bounce is ultimately a beautiful thing. And what we need to do is we need to learn how to just better ourselves, be better connected with ourselves, and just keep learning how to stop lying to ourselves about everything. If you want to get into yoga and if you want to charge people a $300 a week fee, then just say that you're doing it because that's what you want. Don't sit there and say, oh, it's because, it's my worth. It has nothing to do with worth. You don't put a price tag on what you're worth. You make your worth what you're worth. And and someone that's rich will probably say, oh, he's poor, and that's why he's saying that. I run 2 fucking businesses that grossed a shitload of money this past year. So don't talk to me about poor and rich. I'm not into this whole greed shit. And this is me being straight up honest. I've been fighting the fucking corporate world since I was the Stoned fucking Ranger back in 1999. And it has always been part of my personality to be the rebel. And I'll tell you something else. I know a lot of yogis that are rebels. I was in the car once with Jody Shimmer-Berkrow, who is one of these yoga teachers who I think is, who gets it. And she said to me, it doesn't matter if you swear a lot. Because I said to her, I felt like me swearing a lot was bad for a community. And she's like, it doesn't matter. There are people that swear worse than you, which I still find hard to believe, but I guess it's true. I have met a handful of people, and I've met a handful of people that are not judgmental. So what I needed to do is I needed to stop lying to myself about who I was and what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be and all that shit. Because at the end of the day, we all have to remember one thing. Once you get to know who you are, then you stop giving a damn about what other people say about you. You stop giving a damn about the stories, all the fucking stories that you tell yourself. And you start believing in who you are. And you wear it as a badge of honor who the fuck you are. Because I am Michael. I am loud. I am kind. But I also have a lot of work to do on that kindness part. So I'm going to keep working. And I'm going to keep working on that honesty.
Time has come where the underground is overcast.
Trust the process. Trust yourself. You're tuned in to Breathe and Bounce.
That's right. Stop lying to yourself. Just embrace who you are. Find all the parts that make you uncomfortable and confront them. Fight your demons, feed your demons, whatever you got to do. And yes, I play 2 songs with the same title, back to back. Because that's what I do, because that's who I am. I'm a crazy motherfucker from around the way. I hope you find the truths in your life that you don't have to lie about anymore, whatever it is. It can be your past. It can be something that happened. It can be whatever. Just understand that you are you and you are beautiful. And that's something else I learned from the yoga world, is that we tell everyone they're beautiful. But the truth of the matter is you are, because you are unique. You are special. You may not be special in some ways, but in your own way you are. So tell yourself that every day. Give yourself that love so you can wake up every morning and kick the day in the ass. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May your breath take you places that your mind cannot. Thank you so much for listening and for your support. Namaste, motherfucker.